Let's talk about the role of the media and journalism in this particular moment. I feel like, as somebody who's been in the media, I've been saying the same thing since 2015. And I often go back to the bigger picture about the preservation of American democracy. I was saying that during the election cycle, any chance I could get. And I was told that it was really eggs, the cost of eggs, that was the most important issue. And I was like, no, I think it's actually the democracy. Can you talk a bit about how, from your vantage point, as somebody who is an expert in how democracies die, how is the media doing in covering the erosion of American democracy?
That is a tough question. And I'm somewhat sympathetic to the media because I think it's had a really hard job. Um, First of all, the media is changing in really critical ways. Like the days of a highly professionalized kind of nonpartisan media. I mean, that's one model that existed in the second half of the 20th century. That's been breaking down. But most journalists, at least most journalists, 40 years and older, were brought up in a system where they were taught that there's a certain professional way to do journalism, and you got to cover both sides and give each side a sort of an equal say. Um, and they've been confronted not only with two massive transformations, right? The rise of the internet and social media and all kinds of alternative news sites, but secondly, the politicization of media, the fact that increasingly the most attractive media sites are those that take a side. And I think two generations of journalists were just, whacked by this and
Mhm.
unable to keep up. There were also, you've got this professional media class that was faced with a demagogue, an authoritarian demagogue. That posed two problems, right? First of all, this authoritarian demagogue said all kinds of crazy stuff that got lots of attention. You could not look away from Donald Trump. And so so the media is supposed to be a democratic institution, and it is, but in the United States is also a private sector actor, and you've got to sell newspapers. You need viewers. And so the media could not look away from Trump. I get that. I'm not sure there was an easy solution to that. And then once the Republicans become an anti-democratic party, two generations of journalists felt obligated to give both sides an equal take, even though they knew that one of them was lying and increasingly authoritarian.